And here is the last part of the question. Okay, so here is our original set of lights. We've got 40 of them all in a row in series. They're all 24 ohms, and that means that the total current in the circuit is 250 milliamps. And then here is our alternative set, where each lamp has a 100 ohm resistor in parallel with it. And so now the resistance of each unit is going to be different, and so the total resistance is going to be different when we add them all up, and so the current is going to be different. Okay, so let's look at what that's going to be. So if we look at the resistance of one unit there's our resistors in parallel formula, and if you see that through, you'll get a resistance of a little over 19 ohms. So each of these units has a resistance of just over 19 ohms. And you can see that that's less than before. Each lamp on its own was 24 ohms. So that means that altogether, the resistance of the circuit is going to be less now, and so the current will actually go up. Okay, but to start with, what they're asking us is, what happens to the brightness of each set of lamps when one lamp burns out? Okay, so let's look at that first. In the original set, if one lamp burns out, we have a hole in the circuit, and now no current can flow. No current's going to flow through any of those bulbs, and so what's going to happen? The bulbs are all going to be out. They're not going to be lit at all. But in the alternative set, if one of these bulbs burns out, well, the current that comes along here can still go through the 100 ohm resistor. So it can't get through this bulb anymore, but it can still get through the 100 ohm resistor. So the current's going to keep flowing. So the bulbs are going to be on. All the other bulbs are going to be on. But notice that before, when that bulb was working, the resistance of that unit was just over 19 ohms. But once that bulb's out, the resistance of that unit is 100 ohms. So the resistance of the total circuit gets higher when that bulb blows. And that means that the current goes down. So the answer to that question there is the remaining bulbs stay on, but they'll be dimmer than they were before. And for the last part of the question, we're calculating the current in the circuit for the alternative set of lamps, and we've done the first step of that already. So the first mark here is for calculating the resistance of one unit. The second mark is for multiplying that by the 40 units to get the total resistance of the circuit. And the last mark is for calculating the total current in the circuit is the total PD across the circuit divided by the total resistance of the circuit, and it comes out as this. And so notice that it has indeed gone up. It's higher than 250 milliamps. Okay, well done if you got all the way through that question.